All right. I think it's going. Not sure how to tell. Hmm. Trying to see if I can find a chat. Hmm. Settings. Nope. Don't know. Hey, there it is. All right. Well, maybe this one's working. Says someone's here. Don't know how to tell who that is. Hmm. Huh. Definitely a learning curve. Hmm. Two people, it says. Maybe I'm missing something. All right. Well, so I tried to do a live stream from my garage on my phone. And every time I would try to see comments and such, it would boot me. And then I would try to reconnect. And apparently the thing ended up being half an hour long, even after it shut down on my phone. So I don't know. So now I'm trying it from my computer, obviously not in my garage. But I don't know if it's working right. It says 2 viewers. And it says I have the chat open. So if you're trying to say something and I'm not seeing it, I'm not ignoring you. I'm just still figuring out how this works. Yeah. All right. Well, it's a learning curve. Huh. Well, I'll have from the when I was doing the live earlier, I started trying to work on a uh, little wooden dish out of some walnut I got from my dad, and rounding out the outside always works just fine. But I cannot, for the life of me, seem to figure out how to use the right tools on the lathe to cut out the inside. So if anybody knows what I'm doing wrong, I'd love to know. 3 people, it says. Be cool if I could see who those 3 people were. I don't know if there's a way I can do that. Hmm. Oh, let me try clicking over here. I'm trying looking at on the YouTube side instead of it looks like this version of doing live through YouTube uses it's essentially a Google Hangouts, just slick. But I'm trying to see if on the YouTube page if it shows me any more info. Does not seem to, though. Huh. Wonder if it goes dark when I go to a different window? No? Ooh, here we go. Oh, all right. I think I found it. I'm supposed to dance or something. There we go. I found it. The chat's on a different screen. Awesome. All right. Oh, now I can see everything. Let's see. Yeah, I know. My chair squeaks. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, okay. Now that I found the chat, I can actually answer some people's question. Let's see. Yeah, I'll try to stop moving so the chair squeaks less. Let's see. Never worked on radioactive heat. Let's see. Never worked on wood even though I wanted to. Yeah, it's kind of nice. I like working with it. I like working with metal too, but wood is a different kind of forgiving. I see, said the blind man. Do my students know? Some of them they figure it out. I try not to make a point of talking about it with them. Mostly because, I don't know. Seems like a conflict of interest. But yeah, some of them figure it out. So, Sean, you're on your last day of vacation, it sounds like. You're spending it sitting here looking at my ugly mug. That's running. That's working. Cool. This is kind of slick. UPS. Oh, cool. I've known a few folks over the years that have been. Are you a driver or warehouse work or where in UPS? Cool. Slick. Oh, cool. Well, if it'd be a miserable day to be a driver around here today. We actually didn't get all that much snow, but I think there's a bunch of ice down underneath it, and it's sitting hovering right around that freezing point. So it goes from slush to ice and back and forth and back and forth. Interesting. Could I go ice fishing one day? Yes, I am hoping to get ice fishing very soon. I actually have all of my stuff in the back of my truck, so that as soon as I get a spare few minutes, I can do that. There's a little man-made reservoir not far from here that's it's the Silver Creek Reservoir. I've been there a couple of times, and every time I've been there, I've seen guys pull out just monster pike, which would be fun. So I'm hoping to get there soon. Almost a foot by you. Nice. Wow. I think we got a lot. I think we got a fair bit of rain before it shifted to snow here. When I was out blowing the snow this morning, there was really probably only about 6 inches on the driveway, but it's blowing a lot. And looking out the window now, it's kept coming down. So I've probably got another 6 inches out there I'm going to have to do again, but that's all right. Gives me something to do, I guess. So 67 degrees. Jerk. No, I'm kidding. Oh, man. Yeah, we won't see 67 here. We won't even see 60 probably for another 2, 3, 4 months. It's been we've been enjoying the heat wave at 30. The 34 this morning, or 34 when I went out to blow the snow, and it was just nice to not have to put on the snow pants and everything. 67 degrees. Jeez. Rub it in. Rub it in. Yeah. Man, if it stayed 67 degrees in January, that would cut a whole project off my list here. I've been slowly working on insulating the roof of the garage so that when it's 10 below, I can still be out there. Is there anything special I have planned for a project to work on? Yes and no. It depends on how the weather goes. I have, so there's another channel, Warped Legacy. He's an amusing guy that has started kind of issuing monthly challenges, and one of the challenges that he put out is making a hammer. And I'm not sure I want to make a hammer, but I have a bunch of old hammers I want to make something out of. So that might be a project if I can get if it gets nice enough to fire up the forge. Otherwise, I've got several things that, well, mostly I've got some chunks of wood that I need to find something to do with, and I want to be able to play with this wood lathe that I got a little more. But I definitely have a lot to learn on that. I've just earlier I was out playing, and I can get the outside formed real nicely, but when I try to hollow it out, I don't know if I have the wrong tools or what, but it's like trying to cut through concrete. So those are kind of up next, but first I have to fix the exhaust system on my wife's car. So yeah, winter gets hard for projects. Snow tends to be a damper. Yeah, let's see. That's kind of cool. Neat. Well, it's fun that live streams work. Gorilla tape for the exhaust. Yeah. Just cut off the exhaust. I'm not sure she would appreciate if I just cut off the exhaust. That would defeat the purpose. Her goal is to not be heard coming from 3 blocks away. But I did kind of try something like Gorilla Tape. Oh, cool. Shane is your son. Great. I tried some high temperature epoxy, but it just didn't have the strength. The exhaust came apart right at a joint in the system, but it's a 97. It's all rusted out, and I'm gonna have to do some reinforcing on it. So, but there's not a lot of space in the garage, and it's a little gross outside to try to do it in the driveway. So that's been making that a little tougher. So cool. Shane and Sean. That's fun. That's cool. Planned deliberately. Pieced together. Nice. Yeah, that was my first go-to. I actually had a can ready, cut and ready to go, but right where it came apart is right where one of the sort of built-in clamps that holds it together, and that's so rusted on that I can't get it to move. So I can't get a can to wrap around it. So I'm going to have to take the angle grinder and grind down the clamp first, and then I'll be able to wrap something around it. I've got some like galvanized flashing that I think will be able to work to wrap around it instead of a instead of a can. Same idea though, and then epoxy the ends of it. The we've had a few adventures with her cars. Her last car, the exhaust came apart in the same place, so we used some C clamps to hold it together, and then tried to weld it, and accidentally welded the clamps to the exhaust pipes. So for a while, she had the clamps riding around there. Yeah, I am sure that whoever when we sold my wife's old car, I'm sure they laughed at ours too, with C clamps welded into it, and yeah, if the shop saw half the things I've done to fix cars, or half the things my father has done to fix cars, I think they'd start charging us extra. I don't know. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Permanent clamps. Yeah, fortunately we didn't use the good ones, so we weren't out much. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, but that's the pain with exhaust. If I bring it into the shop to try to fix it, it'll cost us $500 probably. But yeah, a soup can. Once I get it ground down, a soup can will work. Yeah, yeah. It's a '97 Camry. It's a great little car. It runs nice, and she likes the sunroof. So just a little loud right now. Yeah. Yeah. So that'll be that's actually here when I'm done with this. That's my job, is to go out and try to finish that project. So when she's back at work tomorrow, swap it. She likes the car. But yeah, cool. Well, good stuff. Well, speaking of, I should probably go get working on that. But hey, gentlemen, thanks for joining in and chatting a little bit. Enjoy the rest of your vacation here. Hope it's nice, and throw a V8 in it. Well, it's already got the V6, so it's got the bigger engine for that car. But oh, I'll have to look into that one. Magnaflows. Is that what it's actually called, or is that a typo? Magnaflows. Cool. Nice. Great. Well, thanks again, gentlemen. Enjoy the rest of your vacation in your, 67 degrees. Muffler on it. Yeah. Yeah. Well, the muffler is still fine. It's just the piping in between. So, awesome. Cool. See you later. Have a good one. Enjoy. Stay out of trouble.